In 2022, we celebrate 130 years of HBCU football. On December 27th, 1892, Livingstone and Biddle College, now known as Johnson C. Smith University, played in Salisbury, North Carolina, with Biddle winning 5-0. Over time, HBCU football has evolved. HBCU football's popularity continues to rise. Millions attend games each year and millions more watch on television. The HBCU bands provide some of the top entertainment in the country. Over that time, some of the best players to ever play in the National Football League played at HBCUs. Every Monday through Friday on the HBCU Football Daily Podcast, national radio and television host Donal Ware takes a look at what's happening in HBCU football and talks with coaches, players, administrators, and media about the 2022 season. Make sure you join the conversation on social media by using the hashtag HBCU130. Now, here's your host, Donal Ware.
As we continue here on Box to Row, we're joined by a gentleman in his fourth season in the National Football League, first with the New York Giants. He is a punter, a former Box to Row All-American at Arkansas-Pine Bluff. The Giants, primetime, Monday Night Football against the Cowboys, as Jamie Gillan joins us here on the program. What's going on, Jamie?
Oh, just hanging out. Thanks for having me on your podcast. Just honestly getting ready for Monday. You know, it's a big game because the next one. But it's exciting. It's going to be fun on a Monday night. Big rivalry, so it's all exciting stuff.
No question about it. You're averaging 51.1 yards per punt, which is fifth in the National Football League. Your thoughts? The Giants are off to the fast 2-0 start.
Yeah, I mean, we've spent all offseason trying to build a culture here, still trying to do it, one by one game at a time. It's been great. Loving what Coach Dabo is preaching here. Everybody's trying to get on the same page, and I would say is on the same page. We're just riding the wave through the season. It's hard to win in the National Football League, and we just got to keep plugging away,
And for you, I mean, your thoughts on your season? I mean, because when you look at it, I mean, you have been able to pin, teams back to give them, more difficult starting field position and things of that nature, which has helped to this 2-0 start.
Yeah, every time I go out there, I'm not going to lie to you, I don't follow stats at all because I don't think it paints a picture of what goes on in the game. In my job, sometimes I'm very much whatever. I'm very situationally aware of where we need the ball placed to set up our defense. I could you can average a lot, but can be out kicking your coverage, and that's not the game plan right there. I need to match my distance with my hang time. The key one for us would be the net average. That's where the ball is positioned for the defense. So every time I go out there, I go out with a mindset of where we're on the field, what's the down distance, where am I trying to get inside 20? Am I trying to flip the field here, hang time and stuff like that. So I just have a very different approach to my punting sometimes other than stats. So we just when we're have the opportunity to get inside 20, we try to get there every time because that field position is crucial for these big games.
Yeah, no question. I mean, you broke it down right there. It's not all about the numbers, although I would say your career average for net is in excess of 40 yards, which is pretty good, I think. But with that being said, talk about the times that you have to kind of get the hang time going opposed to trying to get the ball as far as you can and how you're able to balance the two.
Yeah, we work on practice a lot, just different things. It's kind of, so I kind of call it the gray area when you're from your 40-yard line to the midfield to 50-yard line. That's kind of a weird position to be in because if I go and murder a ball or hit a ball really well, it might go into the end zone and that's a touchback. And ideally, we don't want that. So we call it a 60-40 ball. If I kick it into the end zone, it's a 60-yard punt, but a 40-yard net. So I kind of play with different punts in that area of the field to match the hang time and distance so we can get down there and cover so we can get the ball down inside 20. So I go for after 40 yards, 40 yards, you want 4.40 seconds of hang, 41 yards, 4.1, 42 yards, too. So if I'm hitting 50-yard balls, my goal is to be 4.9 and above for hang time. So our gunners can have, with the snap included, almost 6.5, 7 seconds to get down there and cover a 50-yard punt. So that's our goal for when we go out there and do that.
Jamie Gillan, punter for the New York Giants, joins us here on the program. The Giants, of course, in primetime Monday night against the Cowboys. You're with the Giants. You were with the Browns for 3 seasons, went undrafted, had a really good career with the Browns. Were you, I mean, it's interesting. Late December, were you surprised when the Browns waived you?
I would say I don't really know what goes on in the minds of the people who make those decisions. I had COVID, so that was a little bit, and that was not the way I would have liked to have gone out, but that's just the nature of the beast in the NFL, and it opened up other doors that have been far more exciting for me. So I did my post. I immediately got signed by the Bills and had a fantastic time there. That is another great organization that led to me signing here. And I tell you, I've thoroughly enjoyed the past 6 months of being here from top to bottom. It's a great organization, great coaches. The owner of the team, both of them are fantastic individuals. So it's been great, and we're just trying to build something here. And the way I look at it is, I was blessed, as they say, with another opportunity, and it's up to me to take it. There's loads of guys that can get opportunities, but can you take it? Can you do it when you're supposed to do it? Can you go out there, 4th down, 2 minutes left the game, do your job when you're supposed to do it? So I was just super happy to be here, but with the goal in my mind of being the best punter I can be for this team, and I'm here for a reason.
They call you, I think you picked up the name, the Scottish Hammer in high school. You were, matter of fact, in Leonardtown, Maryland, right with that. Do you like that name?
Anybody can call me whatever they want. I'm cool. I mean, it was kind of funny. It kind of threw me off guard. I remember we were sitting in Pine Bluff, and I think it was Good Morning Football or something came on. Tom Pelissero, they were talking about me pre-draft, and someone had found the old Huddle film from what my coach had made, and saw the Scottish Ham, and they decided to give you that nickname. Oh man, here we go. So it's stuck, and so I might as well roll with it, right?
yeah. No, it's a really cool name. I guess more on a serious note, your thoughts on the passing of Queen Elizabeth.
Oh, yeah, my dad's military. So I was born into a military family. So, we mourn the loss of the Queen, and we have the utmost respect for the monarch and stuff. So it's kind of odd now that I've been in the USA for so long, you kind of lose touch with a lot of the politics and what goes on over there. So when that popped up on my newsfeed, I was it's hard. It sucks, someone lost their mother, so it's everybody was very upset about that. But now it's going to be interesting, the dynamics of that situation over there.
Yeah, no question. But you've been in the U.S., you're right, for a long time. One thing you haven't lost is that accent, though.
I'm surprised, actually. Sometimes I do say things with a little kind of American twang to it. I'm like, man, what's happening to me?
No doubt. Jamie Gillan joins us here on the program. What do it's interesting that, take us through the story of how you ended up at Arkansas-Pine Bluff.
Yeah, it was definitely a unique one. I played 5 games of high school football. My coach was saying to me, "Look, you got a good leg. You can get scholarships for this." And my mom, my dad, and me were thinking, "Scholarship? They would really give a kicker a scholarship? Okay." And teams were offering me preferred walk-ons and stuff, and I wasn't willing to take. I didn't want to take that because I was going to go back home and play rugby and do that route. And then I got a scholarship to Bowie State, and I accepted it. And I didn't sign the paperwork. And then out of nowhere, my buddy was working at the gym. He followed a bunch of recruiters on Facebook. Someone had posted on Facebook that Arkansas-Pine Bluff's kicker had decommitted. He goes, screw it, I'll put Jamie's film in there. I get a phone call that night. I was out with some of my friends. I accepted it. I remember the coach kind of saying, you don't have any other questions? I was like, no, you said D1, full scholarship, I'll be there. And I woke up in the morning and I didn't even know what HBCU was. I had no idea what I was getting into. I thought it was a feeder school into the Razorbacks. I was so confused. I didn't know what was going on. So I showed up. I packed. I went home actually. I was like, "Hey, Mom, I kind of did this. What have you done?" And so signed the paperwork, and I was basically researching the school kind of on the way to the airport the next kind of 5 days, and showed up to Pine Bluff. And I'm looking back, it was probably a really good thing that I was very naive to college football. But as soon as I showed up there, oh man, this is awesome. The stadium, the grass, the weight room, the people. I was like, I'm here for 4 years. I'm going to give it my all. I just wanted to win football games. I had this goal of playing in the National Football League. So I just dedicated my 4 years to it. And here I am. But it was an interesting experience. It was good fun, but total culture shock,
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. That is absolutely great. So your thoughts, what is it going to take for the Giants to make it 3-0 on the season? Prime time. Everybody's going to be watching you, right? Against the Cowboys.
It is going to take everyone on that sideline in the box to do their job. So it's going to take high level of execution, everybody doing their job, doing their part, and being together as a team. I mean, you saw the past couple of games. It was a slugfest. We've gotten it out, and we just have to keep doing it. Whether it's a dirty win or a good win. And our whole just focusing on the game plan this week, studying film, watching the opponents, going into Monday night fully prepared, and just going. And then from there, it just takes execution and practice habits. We're always concerned about the process, especially for me, Graham, and Casey. Graham, the kicker, and Casey, the snapper. Process is such a big thing for us, and we focus on that all week. And then you have to let it rip on the Monday night and see what you got.
Yeah. Now you kicked a couple of field goals in preseason, right? Yeah,
I did.
Yeah. Did you do that at Pine Bluff too?
Yeah, I did all three in Pine Bluff.
Okay.
So that was it. Kind of just muscle memory. Just kind of went back to what I used to do. I mean, we used to kick a lot in Pine Bluff, and I was blessed with two very good coaches in Pine Bluff that helped me on this journey. So I just kind of went back to muscle memory and poked them through.
Yeah. Former Box to Row All-American, 4th year in the National Football League, first with the New York Giants. He's the punter. He's known as the Scottish Hammer. He is Jamie Gillan. He joins us here on the program. Jamie, really appreciate the time. I'm trying to catch up with you for a while. We've gotten it done. Continued success to you and the Giants.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the HBCU Football Daily Podcast. You can also listen to the podcast at boxtorow.com, iHeartMedia, or wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to get your HBCU football fix on Box to Row with Donal Ware each weekend on the radio station near you, and on SiriusXM on HBCU, Channel 142, and on ESPNU Radio on SiriusXM, Channel 84. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Box to Row for the latest in HBCU football, and don't forget to tell a friend.